Yo, it's good, y'all. It's Without Warning, and we're back with a very special guest. I'll let him introduce himself. Go at it.
Yo, it's Len, coming from London, South London, yeah, New York, man.
First time in New York. How you like it, though?
I love it, man. It's nuts. There's a lot of, I don't know, the people here are very kind, and it's a lot of love, and that. There's this place called Stickies that I've been going to, like,
Oh,
almost,
the chicken.
yeah. I've gone there, like, I've been there, like, 6 days. I think I've gone there, like, 4 or 5 times now. But no, that shit is crazy, innit? And, like, the roads here are a bit crazy as well. Like
Yeah,
the whole
driving's
crossing,
a little bit.
the drivers are a bit aggressive and that. But other than that, I've been loving it. Yeah, no.
What about New York food versus London?
I can't lie, man. The food out here is nuts. Like I really fuck with the food.
Yeah.
Innit? I feel like one thing that I don't fuck with, Takis. I don't.
Yeah, I don't like Takis either.
Those shits is like it's
Yeah.
crazy. There's too much flavor in it. Innit? I was kind of scared coming to America because I feel like I've seen so many videos of like you lot seasoning shit, and it's like.
Yeah. No, it's been nice weather though. Honestly,
yeah, no.
Like
But
if you come in March, sometimes it's brick. Like a good dad has to be like.
I was told that when we get out here, it was gonna be like cold as fuck.
Yeah,
But
it's been a good week. Honestly,
it's been calm. Yeah.
Have you been shopping and shit like that?
I went to H&M. That's pretty much it. There was like a vintage store that I was supposed to go to, but I was just kind of tired. I can't lie.
Yeah, there's a lot of shopping. I see you rocking the Cortez 95s. How did that end up?
Yeah, no. Obviously, a lot of people have like speculations of me like getting gifted these or something. But it wasn't even like that. Like obviously, like
Did you pay resale or was it just like?
No, I just bought them the same way everyone else bought them.
Oh,
you
really?
feel me? Like I just waited for. I forgot what time you dropped them, but I just waited for it same time as everyone else. And I just ordered it at the same time as everyone else, innit? So,
really? Yeah, because did you see the drop that just happened in New York for the other pair?
We were there like yesterday. It was yesterday, I think.
Yeah, it was yesterday. You went?
Still. Yeah.
I wasn't able to go. I was working. Did you get a pair?
I didn't get a pair.
I didn't get a pair either.
Still, but
I fuck with the green colorway more though,
yeah,
honestly.
No, I fuck with both of them, innit? I know there's a third colorway dropping, but I don't know when though, innit?
Yeah.
But I had like a lot of people asking me, "Oh, yo, bro, could you bring me back the 95?" And it's like,
no, I'm gonna be honest. When I saw your Instagram post about him, I was like, "Damn, he got him earlier." Like,
I didn't get them early. I didn't get them early than anyone else.
Because you definitely posted them around the same time. Like everybody was kind of like getting to the hype. But over here, those obviously did not drop in the US. So like everyone in the US, when they saw anybody posting them, they're like, "Oh, damn, he got sent to him." But because it wasn't a big thing over here.
No, it's just like with certain orders, depending how quick you order it will just legit come to you quick.
Damn.
Because like, I remember a lot of people were thinking, "Rah, Len got them early," but then like some people got them literally the next day. So it's like a lot of us really got them pretty soon, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Are you more into sneakers or like fashion or shit like that?
I don't know. I really like boots. I really been fucking with the boots and that. But like recently, I kind of started getting back into sneakers and shit. Like these were like, I got these, and then I must have done a shoot for End Clothing, so I must have got some Jordans, some Frees, and then I started realizing, I kind of want to get back into just like wearing sneakers and shit. Like, I feel like I wear boots a lot recently. I feel like the casual thing is kind of cool as well, and I've been kind of fucking with it.
Yeah, we don't have an End here. I wish we did. Is that just like the fucking spot in London? I know they got one in Scotland as well up there, but. Is that just like the dope ass store?
Yeah, I think like End is kind of like you lot have sense, innit? Like
there's an Essence in Montreal.
Essence, that's it.
In Canada.
Yeah. You lot have Essence. I think Essence.
We're close to the Essence store though. That shit is like in Montreal, and that's the only store in the entire world. But like we could shop online there. And shit like that.
I think End Clothing is like our Essence, or like it's pretty cool. I think we only had the store in London like.
Yeah,
a couple years ago though. Like, I don't think it was always in London.
Yeah, it's a pretty limited amount of stores, but it's just like we just like in the United States enter the raffles to get like whatever shit online and stuff like that. But another thing I noticed immediately is just like definitely being the same age. Like we sounded like we grew up around kind of the same artists originally hopping into the music. Like I read that. Was it your mother grew up on R&B and your dad was like more into the rap shit? Yeah. What was that mix kind of like for you?
It was a very big contrast in it because it's like obviously being around my mum, it's a lot of like lovey-dovey music, affection and this and that, and then like around my dad, there's a lot of like gangster music, talking about this and crazy shit as well. But like I don't know, I feel like it made sense coming from where I come from, innit? Because it's like where I'm from, you kind of see both sides of that. You'll see a lot of crime, you'll see a lot of crazy shit, but at the same time you see a lot of love in it, a lot of community in the area that I'm from, innit? So I feel like it was really the perfect balance to kind of see those things in an early age. And it's like, I didn't even really deep that until you brought it up. So it's like, I feel like those, not not in a way that it's like those are the most important things in life, because obviously crime is something that shouldn't be bigged up, but it's like at the same time that's also a part of me, and not to get too deep into things, but that's also like a part of me, and it's like, I don't know, it just kind of just made me feel bred from something, like it might sound crazy, but it still feels bred from something pure, and like I feel like this is me, those both sides, because I do have songs where I'm talking crazy, and I do have songs where are much more lovey-dovey and that, and I feel like not that I was just supposed to be like that from day one, but it's, I don't know, it's good to feel that like there wasn't really much drastic changes.
Yeah. Talk more about what it was like growing up in South London, because I feel like a lot of Americans, myself included, just see London as like a whole, rather than there's probably a difference between West and East, North and South. You know what I mean?
No, I feel like growing up in South London, I feel like obviously everywhere in London has their own hoods and that, innit? But I feel like when you're in, anyone from London knows that like South is pretty notorious for a lot of, you know, it's just crazy shit that goes on over here and that, innit? So it's like everyone's just, I think a lot of things are just people just being hungry. You know, a lot of things are just people being hungry, people just being, you know, wanting to prove themselves, trying to earn stripes and that, innit? But it's like, to be vague, there's obviously a lot of situations that you'll see out of those situations, innit? You feel me, innit? So it's like, it's a lot going on, but at the end of the day, as I said, it all still comes down to community and as well. And it's like, with community and with love, there's obviously a lot of people that you want to protect, whether that be your friends, your family, that like, but it's like, it feels like there's only certain ways to protect certain things, innit? But then like, with South London as well, being from there, it kind of made me deep that there's not really many people, especially from where I'm from, that have kind of broken out of that and kind of done things the way I've done. Like Dave, Stormzy, they're from South London. They're not from like where I'm from. They're from like more like Streatham, Croydon. But those are like one of the only names when you think about who's repping South London that's on a mainstream level. And it's like, even with them, it's kind of like on like a rap, hip hop, grime kind of level. But like what I'm trying to introduce into the scene, it's like nobody's done this from South London at this level as well, and at this kind of genre. So it's like, I don't know, it also motivates me to kind of, I have to keep going, because I know a lot of people, I know I represent South London as well, and like I know like Stormzy and Dave, they represent a level of South London, but there's also people that are like me, people that are different, people that are, you know, involved in a lot of other things, people that want to branch out, people that don't feel like themselves, but when they're listening to me, they do feel like themselves, innit? So it's like, I also need, like, I've made it my mission to also I need to get to this level, so the whole of the ends really get it, the whole of the ends feel represented in that as well, innit?
Yeah, but it's got to be dope to see Dave like just like make songs like Stratton and just be like ringing bells in places like Canada and United States. Like that has to be hella inspiring, like growing up like right near there.
No, 100%. It's beautiful to see all of that. It's very much beautiful to see all of that, innit? You know, someone that is so local, but yet he's so like global at the same time as well, because it's like you not that you often forget, but it's like someone that you talk to like here and there and talk to pretty frequently and that as well. Like to you, that's all my days. Dave, the superstar, and don't get me wrong, to me
it's all perspective though.
Yeah, to me, obviously that is also a megastar as well, but it's also just crazy seeing that someone that used to live like, let's say 30 minutes from me is now in LA, Paris, like as if it's nothing. It's crazy to see, and it's beautiful to see as well, and it is definitely inspiring and that as well, and that's what makes me realize that it can be done, innit? Everything that I want to do either has been done, so that means it's possible for me, or it hasn't been done, so that means I have to be the first person to do it, and that's just the easiest way that I see everything.
Yeah. Obviously, you have a mix in your music of kind of more melodic, softer sounding stuff and stuff that's more hard hitting, but how would you generally describe it? Because you kind of made a differentiation saying that you're coming out of like South London with a newer sound as opposed to like the drill and like grime that you're more used to hearing.
How would I differentiate what I'm making?
Yeah, I guess like how would you describe or like categorize, if you would, the music that you make?
I feel like it's very just alternative. I feel like that's the easiest way to explain it. It's very alternative, because alternative is more or less just different to what the mainstream is realistically, innit? But in terms of like sound wise, I feel like my sound, I don't know, I think it's very swaggy, fly. I really want to make shit that's fly, shit that's for the bad bitches, shit that's for the real niggas. I just want to make people feel fly, feel good, feel like themselves, innit? I feel like it's very cocky, braggadocious.
Yeah.
Innit? And that's what I really want to push. And I feel like the beats are very dangerous. You know, I really like beats that are very dangerous and very experimental, and I like to do things that, let's say, there's so many beats, there's so many songs that you may have heard of, man, and it's like, if you gave that beat to someone else, a lot of people would be scared. I've been in like producer sessions or just studio sessions, and like, let's say a producer's saying they sent this beat to X, Y, Z, and none of them are messing with it. But now that I have it, I really fuck with it, and now I wanna, it's a challenge. I like to challenge myself as well, and that's a big part of it as well.
I hear you.
Yeah, so like going into that, like when you're making like just like super hardy and shit, like a lot of the shit on Dead End and Meth Music Volume 2 is just super fucking hard in general for the most part. Like when you hear those beats, are you like, I'm killing this shit originally in the studio? And how does that like kind of go? And it didn't seem like you really write like in general. You kind of just check in and just like go crazy, right?
I just punch in, I think a lot of the beats on both of those tapes, a lot of them was like crazy, like what the fuck is this like? And it's like, I know, I'm gonna go crazy on this shit, innit? But then also there's been beats where it's like, raw, how the fuck would I go crazy on this? So it takes much more thought, but it's like, I feel like even when it takes much more thought, like I gotta, because I do freestyle pretty quickly, I do punch in pretty quickly and that, innit? But like the times where I feel like this is a hard beat to jump on, I just need the first 2 bars, and then from the first 2 bars, the clock just starts ticking and that, innit? So I feel like, even some of these beats, they do scare me as well sometimes, innit? But I feel like being scared of a beat just makes me more impressed, and I just know that the outcome is going to be even more crazier than if I was comfortable on it.
Do you ever get comparisons to Lancey Foe at all or stuff like that? Because I feel like, I mean, just in general, by your guys' beat selection, it does kind of sound a bit similar. Like you just have like a similar ear for the beats you kind of attack. Like his last project, Life in Hell, does kind of have similar beats, or at least like the way that they hit to the human ear for sure.
I feel like obviously I do definitely get comparisons in it, but I feel like comparisons just stem from lack of knowledge in it. I have this idea, so it's like cool. So you've seen me, I'm wearing green cargos right now, innit? Let's say I'm the first person that you saw wearing green cargos.
For sure.
So it's like cool. Let's say now you're walking around and then you see someone else wearing green cargos. The first thought is that, wow, he's just trying to be like Len. But that's not because he got the green cargos from me. It's because you've not seen many people wearing green cargos. Yeah,
your perspective.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of skewed, look, just because of what you've seen in it. But it's obviously things like that. I can't really blame anyone because it's just like, obviously you're from America, so it's like you wouldn't know everything that's really going on in the UK. Same way I wouldn't know everything that's really going in the US, innit? But I feel like that obviously we've worked with some of the same producers, so it's like it's bound to happen that some of the beats sound the same and that, and we've gone to some of the same studios and that, innit? But it's just like, like it's a genre at the end of the day, innit? And I feel like as much as Lancey Foe is a pioneer, like he's always going to be one of the goats, and I feel like everyone that makes music, the kind of music that I make, will definitely, attribute Lancey Foe as an influence to one of them. I feel like it'd be crazy to or obtuse to say that he's not influencing that. But the comparisons do come, but I also know what's what, and I know that a lot of things are different, and it's like, that's just what it is, isn't it?
Is there any other underrated heads you'd put at that like top of the UK shit, like people just need to put more respect on in America? Because there's still a lot of people that haven't gotten the mainstream success over here, but are still like low-key superstars whenever they step out in the UK.
Who would I say deserves like to really crack into the US? I say Heady One really needs to. I think he's really wavy. He's drill though, but I think he's really wavy as well. And there's Fimi Guerrero as well. He's really crazy as well, and he's going up as well. I feel like he's getting a buzz in America as well. But when I think about other artists, I was gonna say PinkPantheress, but she's already kind of like cracked into.
She's going crazy right now here. I see like she follows you on Instagram. How did that happen? Do you guys know each other? Have you guys met?
Yeah, so it's a crazy. It's such a crazy story, innit? So it's like the first time I met her, there's this festival called Reading and Leeds, and I think we went in 2021. And basically, Sam Wise was performing. Me and him, that's my boy. He was performing at the festival, and when he came off the stage, basically some girl came to me, just singing one of my songs, Devotion, innit? She was singing the lyrics to me, and she hugged me, and it was PinkPantheress, innit? I was like, no fucking way, innit? So obviously she's talking to me, and that, like she's just chopping it up, and that she's like how she really loves my music, and that she's been listening from days, and that, innit? So basically, she explained to me that we met before, because I had a show in 2019, and she's from Kent, and Kent isn't in London. It's like, it's pretty close to London, but it's So I had a show in Kent, and she was basically saying that she was at the show, and she was explaining everything that I'd done at the show, all the songs I'd done.
Yeah.
And it's crazy just like how things just come full circle, because it's like
fire.
she was just there.
She was like there as a fan.
Yeah, and now
Damn.
she's PinkPantheress, isn't it? It's crazy,
Yeah, that's
isn't it? So it's
wild.
like, that's just how that came about,
Yeah.
innit? But ever since then, ever since the time we met, we've been really cool friends, and like we've seen each other a lot. We talk here and there as well, and like, you know.
Yeah, she
fire.
seems really cool. I met her like very briefly, just like walking down the street around here once when she was here for Fashion Week, but seems super down to earth. I mean, she's going
cool.
to
She's
blow
really
up.
cool still.
Is the type of music she makes like something that also inspires you slightly? Because you do have songs like Devotion but Solace as well that like do tap into those type of sounds.
Yeah, I feel like,
is that something that just like you'd like to continue to work on?
yeah, no, I definitely, like, I feel like Solace was definitely PinkPantheress inspired 100%, innit? And yeah, no, the whole drum and bass, like acid house thing is definitely something I want to, you know what I'm saying, continue working on. I still have more songs in that genre that I've even, like, one dropped, it's called TTD, but it's not, like, it's me featured on a producer's track. But yeah, no, like, I do want to definitely play around with that sound a lot. I feel like I have the voice for it, and I feel like a lot of people say I have the voice for it.
Yeah, one of my like favorite things musically is just the exchange between the U.S. and U.K., specifically like the Chicago to like London, New York connection. Like you see it happen with drill, like starting with like Chief Keef, and then like producers like Axl and stuff making the London version of that went to New York. And it's kind of like the same thing with dance music too, like going from the original like deep house to getting the jungle drum and bass influence, and then like back to what we're making here. But I just love those type of sounds.
And it's just shit like that. It just makes sense. Like, and I love seeing it as well in the US, like UK link ups. I feel like it's something that we just need to just keep going, innit?
Yeah, it also makes sense how it works too, because they're just both like super diverse places. Especially like when I was in London, like just like hanging out around like a lot of West Indians, get a lot of those sounds influencing hip hop as well as other types of music.
On my first day here, I was thinking this place is diverse as well. Yeah, like I really like it as well. And so it did remind me of a lot of stuff. Reminded me of London, and even my sister said that New York is a city that she feels like I would like the most. 'Cause I do travel a lot. She said that it's a city that I would like the most because she thinks it will reflect my personality. And I feel like I didn't get it on the first day, but I feel like while I have been here, I definitely see what she means.
Yeah, like for me, I've always loved New York. New York's like my favorite city in the world. Grew up like right next to it, and whenever like I ever travel, anywhere I've been, my favorite city is still London, just because it reminds me a bit of New York. Like the way you just walk around feeling like of the city, like it's way different than like anywhere you would go in 100%. Like Italy or anything like that. Yeah. Like there is just a similarity of like hunger, but also just like natural feelings when you're in there. Like you can do anything. Like the world is your oyster definitely. When you're in London or New York, and you don't really get that if you're in like I don't know, like Milan or something like that.
No, I know what you
like,
mean.
It's a bit
definitely.
different.
I felt like when I came here, I definitely just felt like it just felt right. Like I knew what I was doing. Like I didn't even really need to look at maps. Like I just felt like I have it's just a lot of gut feelings. I have a feeling this is gonna be there. It's gonna be there, and I was always right. So it's just like I definitely felt like home, and it's definitely a country that I wanna come back to like again and again. We're even talking about even coming back next month maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
do you guys even have plans to do a New York show? Because the one thing everybody says about your shit is that like they love the music, but like your concerts are really what create memories for your fans.
Yeah, no, the concerts are that's my favorite part about doing the music thing, the performances. I feel like I make music that it's for different moods, but I feel like the way to get it the most, the way to feel the music the most is to see it live.
Yeah, you and like those are real things you feel is all the vibrations in the music. And
no,
shit like
100. But yeah, no, shows in New York definitely has to be something that we do 100%. Like there may be talks, and that not while I'm here right now, but I definitely want to come back. And when I do come back, I want to come back with something strong in that. Because New York, they've shown me love, and I definitely want to reward them. I definitely want to give back. But
yeah, and you've also opened for artists like Lucki, right? At Brixton, was that fire?
Oh no, I wasn't at Brixton. It was in Angel, where it was in some place called Islington.
Is that in London?
Yeah, it's in London. Yeah, so it's called Islington. Yeah, that place. Actually, no, it's Camden. Sorry, my fault. Yeah, Camden. But yeah, no, that was actually really fire as well. Like, cause I don't know, that was my biggest crowd that I've seen. It was like 1,500 people, and it's like, obviously, a lot of people that listen to Lucki listen to me, but then at the same time, a lot of people that don't listen to me, but they're Lucki fans. It's like raw. They're gonna, there's like, of course, they're gonna get what's going on over here, innit? So it's like so many times after. Like, that show happened in maybe July. And even till this day, like, I'll meet someone and I'd be like, bro, I saw you open for Lucki.
Right.
That shit was crazy. That was the day I tapped in, innit? So it's like, that's probably one of the things that's made the most sense. And that was really fun as well. Like I felt like I had the stage, like the crowd in a headlock from start to finish, and that, innit? So it was just beautiful to do, innit? And, you know, then obviously Lucki, I really fuck with Lucki's music as well, and I got to meet him, chop it up with him. My boy E, he wanted what's the the EP Almost There. He has the vinyl. So I brought E backstage so that Lucki could sign it for him, innit? And E was even just like really just happy that came about. And
that's fire. How do you approach a show like that where some of the crowd may know your music, a lot may not, and you just got to win them over? Just the energy?
You just have to like, it's stuff like that. You just, whether someone knows you or not, you just have to be convincing. I don't care if you know me or if you don't, innit? You feel me? I'm here to have a good time. I'm here to turn up, innit? And it's like, whether you get something or you don't get something or you do know something, things need to be like, you need to believe it. Like if I came out there and I'm like, hey guys, this is my song, turn up for me. Hey guys, this is my other song. It's like, it's not cool enough, you know what I'm saying? And that's not to say that I put on an act, because I am just a boastful, cocky, confident person, innit? But it's like, if I come out here and I'm just doing what I want, of course it's going to convince people, because they already see that I've convinced myself. They already see that I believe in myself, innit? So it's like, why, if I believe in myself, why am I going to slow down because you don't know me? There's no point.
Did you go to any concerts or festivals growing up type shit?
We have Wireless, and I think that's like you lot's equivalent of like Rolling Loud. Yeah. So like I've been to Wireless like maybe 2-3 times. What else? What other concerts have I gone to? The Wireless that I went to was like just when Slam Season 3 came out and Thug was performing, and that shit was crazy. What other concerts have I been to? Obviously, I literally just went to the Destroy Lonely concert like literally last week, and I've seen Ken as well. And we had this festival called Alt London, and that's where Playboy Carti headlined it, and that shit was crazy.
That's crazy too.
But other than that, I haven't really been to much concerts besides my friends' concerts. I always like to like just support my people and that, innit? So like, there's so many of their shows that I think are crazy. Like Ayrton, he's a crazy performer. Ayrton, he's nuts. You don't need to tap in with him and that as well. And OG Kemi, he's crazy as well. And so yeah, like a lot of my friends, and Fimi as well. One of his headline show was nuts as well. And like, there's some really iconic shit going on as well.
What are some of your favorite venues in London?
So Oslo is where I done my headline show, and I feel like that venue was just beautiful. I can't lie, it's just epic. Like, you feel me? There's the Electric Ballroom, which is where Lucki done his show. That shit is nuts as well. It's epic as well. And then there's some venue called Lafayette, which is really cool as well. Cool. I really fuck with that. That's like 600, 700 people, but it's like, it's grounded, and then obviously balconies and shit as well. And that one's really cool as well. I think those three are definitely my... Actually, no, there's one other venue. It's called Thekla. It's in either Bristol or Brighton. I always forget. But it's basically an old World War II ship, like a battleship, but they've turned it into a venue. And the sound in there is crazy as well. Like, performing there is always lit as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's dope. The only venue I think I went to is like the Village something.
Oh, Village Underground.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that shit crazy as well.
That shit was cool.
That shit is cool as well. No, definitely.
I feel like the day I was there too, was the day Pop Smoke died. I just remember they were playing, R.I.P. But I just remember them playing him and like how crazy where people were going. I feel like people just loved him and just New York drill in general in London, different. I
feel like they obviously. Drill obviously originated in like Chicago, and then obviously I think like around 2012, 13, it started shifting over into the UK, and that also went like, obviously drill's still a thing now, innit? But like there was like a prime. I feel like, me personally, I feel like the prime of drill in the UK was like 2017 and shit, innit? And then that's when things kind of not started dying down, but things kind of started sounding the same. And then I remember when everyone found out Pop Smoke, we were like, what the fuck is this? Like, this shit is... Because it's like, it's just kept evolving, innit? So it was like, now we've reached a new peak of drill and that, innit? And it's like, obviously, everyone's seen Welcome to the Party. It was like, okay, this is hard. Yeah. What's he got next type shit, innit? And then he came with Dior, innit? And it's like, yeah, no, this guy's here to stay, innit? Like, it just felt like there's only so many people that like reshape music so quickly. And I feel like Chief Keef was one of the people that done it as well. He reshaped music really quickly. and Pop Smoke was doing that as well, innit? So now like the UK, and the thing is like, even when Chief Keef came out, you could even ask a lot of people from the UK, they loved Chief Keef, like they really fucked with what Chief Keef was doing and that, innit? So like, even like, you know how everyone over here was doing the whole sagging thing, and like this, like people were doing that over in the UK, and like people were wearing True Religion.
I was about to ask that.
I only found out about True Religion from like maybe 2 Chainz, Chief Keef, and that, innit? But like that thing, like, nah, a lot of Chief Keef's influence was worldwide, innit? So it's like,
it'd be like True Religion, the polo, like
the
rugby
polos.
shit.
Yeah, I remember getting my first polo. I was seeing Chief Keef with polo. I was like, yeah, man, this guy is the truth, man. You feel me? The Jordan 4s. I was like, wow, like this guy's serious, innit? So yeah, no, I don't think like in terms of influence, like influence fashion wise, that Pop Smoke done the same thing, but it was like seeing another new Chief Keef, and just the way of just evolution of music.
It was just something that genre needed as well.
Yeah, no, it
like
definitely
it needed,
professional.
because there was no, like, at least in the US, like there was no major drill superstar outside of Chief Keef like that. For like a in terms of a superstar, like someone that's like literally platinum records.
And we saw that as well. Like we saw like raw, like we've legit not seen this again. Like this is legit the second time that we've seen this.
But crazy. I mean, I'm sure it's the same for London as well, and because it's the same in New York. It's just like there's just so many people that failed for Pop Smoke to be there. Like for every like one Pop Smoke, there's tens and tens and tens of thousands of drill artists that failed in the making. So like I feel like people don't respect enough like how hard it is to make it, especially on that sound wave as well. Like in 2017, was that a thing? Like even your homies and shit like were trying out doing drill, or was it just like
like a lot
low key?
A lot of the people from my bit were like doing drill, and you know, a lot of people like the area that we're from, South London, like a lot of people even actually gained a really big buzz from, you know, the drill thing and that, innit? But it's just like at the same time, it wasn't like Pop Smoke level, innit? I feel like even because that drill is obviously mainstream now in the UK, but it wasn't really mainstream around 2017. I think like the first people to really like chart, like actually hit the charts of drill, I think it was Russ. It was either Russ or Dig That. But from then, that's when it's like, okay, yeah, everyone should start making drill now. Everyone's going studio, and then like before you know it, the charts are being filled up with drill and that, innit? But I feel like, like I think that was just before Pop Smoke. But then seeing Pop Smoke was just like, yeah, this is like now a worldwide genre. To see that there's so much success from this genre that it's like, years ago you'd be thinking, what the fuck is this type shit? Innit?
What do you think it would really take for an artist from London to reach that level with a sound like that? Not necessarily drill specifically, but at least in rap, because like there's a lot more pop stars. Like, you mean like someone like Adele, Harry Styles, like even PinkPantheress, they'll like make it. And I feel like part of me thinks it might just be an accent. Like when you sing, accents kind of go away. Yeah. And a lot of people in the States are like ignorant, like they hear a different accent, turn it off.
I don't know what it would take for wait, is the question to what would it take for someone from the UK to cross over into the US?
Yeah, like in a big way, because obviously there are ones that are big, like, you know what I mean, Dave, Central C, Skepta, but like on the level of like you know, Drake, Kendrick type of thing, like big rapper.
I don't know if it
is that possible?
I think it's definitely possible, but my main thing is that, is it so important though? Like, is it so important to, you know, really cross over into the US? And it's like, I feel like I'm one of the only people that sees it like this.
It's a great answer.
So many people always come to me, Len, you need to blow up in the US. You need to do this. Everyone needs to blow up in the US. And it's like, I get why, because obviously the US is obviously the beginning of hip hop, more or less, isn't it? But it's like, there's still so many areas in the world that's like you can conquer as well. Like Africa, like Africa is that's a big continent, isn't it? And it's like, bro, getting Africans to be sense. I think selling out a show in like Nigeria, like 10K people, is just as impressive, maybe even more impressive than selling out a show 10K in the US. I feel like, I don't know, not to overrate the US, but I feel like maybe we just kind of lean on that a bit too much.
No, I'm here for it. I think the US needs some humbling. In terms
of don't get me wrong, as much as man loves the US and that, I just feel like, does it matter if we don't cross over here?
I feel like someone that holds that line really well is someone like Burna Boy as well. Like he wasn't necessarily trying to go
that's what I'm
crazy
saying.
in the US,
but it just happened. But it's like there's so many people like in the UK. It's like the structures are. It's like you hit a certain level, And then they're like, yeah, now it's time to flood you into the US. But it's like, as you said with Burna Boy, it didn't really go that way. It's just that it just so happened to happen, innit?
Yeah.
So that's not me saying that I don't think someone could blow up in the US. It probably could, but I feel like it will happen when they're not trying to do it. Because it's like, even with PinkPantheress, like, I don't think she was aiming to go down the American route. Because it's like, I feel like everyone found her at the same time.
Yeah.
Everyone found PinkPantheress at the same time, and it's like, wow. Maybe if that's the thing, maybe if Americans find out about someone in the UK the same time that someone in the UK is finding out. But it's like, I don't see it as a thing where like, cool, PinkPantheress is now big over here. Now it's time for us to take her over there. One example I can even think of is Flo. Flo, the Americans found her the same exact time that the UK found her. And that's why Flo is doing so well in America.
I feel like the same for Thames as well. I mean, Thames was already ringing bells for a lot of countries outside the US, but I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but she kind of blew up in the UK the same time she blew up around the US.
Yeah, I'll say the song of Wizkid, like, we all heard it around the same time. So it's like, I feel like those are the easiest moments to kind of make it work. If everyone finds them at the same time, innit? But I feel like when we force it, it just kind of makes it a bit because like, trust me, if you lot are tapped in on that, right? But it's like the average American going on YouTube, they want to listen to their shit, and you're seeing a million ads of people in a funny accent. That's not gonna make it connect. You feel me, innit? Until you find it yourself, then you connect to it. You feel me, innit? So I feel like that's just how I see it, innit?
I feel like social media could help a lot too, because it's not like in the old days where you just had your label like distribute, you know what I mean, like the English side and then the American, and you were just doing like press runs only in the UK. Like you can post a TikTok that's global. You know what I mean? 100%.
And I feel like the internet will definitely help as well in terms of, you know, saying that crossover, because the internet will just make it not even feel like a crossover.
I like your original answer though, because like you said, there's so many parts in the world that also just like sonically might be more similar to London than the US, and there's a ton of places around the whole world that speak 100%. English too.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I feel like, but I get why people want to move to the US and that, but it's like,
how do you feel about like big artists from the US that like kind of hop on a UK wave? Like famous example, Drake. You know what I mean? When he started doing drill or even Afro beats, and people are like, is it helping because he's like making it bigger, or is he just jacking it in? I feel
like I rate it, innit? It's because it's like, the easiest way to explain it is, cool, let's say Drake bats my sound tomorrow, and he does 10 mil views in a day. You're gonna see everyone from the UK saying, this sounds just like Len, this sounds like Len, this sounds like Len. So it's like, these 10 mil people that are in the comments, do you not think they're gonna go and check who Len is? Facts. And it's like, obviously that might be intentional or not intentional. I don't think it really matters, innit? But it's like, when Drake done the drill thing, he done the drill thing on that something called like Behind Bars, which is like our UK platform. So the first introduction of him doing a UK thing, he done it in the UK. You feel me? And then not only did he didn't just dip from it, he went to do a song with Heady One, which is someone that is like really up the ranks in UK drill as well. And so it's like, it's showing love, and it's like, there's no way for me to know what his intentions are, innit? But it's like, I don't see how anyone can see someone like Drake showing love to a genre and then nitpick it. He's just copying this, he's copying that, he's copying that. Because it's like, he doesn't need to do this. It's Drake. You feel me? He doesn't need to make a drill song. He doesn't need to make a drill song with Heady One. Like, I don't even think those songs have 100 mil. Well, probably the one with Heady One has 100 mil streams, but I don't think the Behind Bars. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, but it's like, bro, like, either way, it's shining light on something that everyone wants the whole world to know about. So like,
I think the fact that he went on like a UK radio show and he's doing like features with the artist too makes it a lot better. You know,
100%, 100%, innit? Like, and it's like, even if he didn't do that, it's like, if someone felt like he was copying someone else, everyone in the UK would say, you're copying this, you're copying that, and that now just shines light on who Drake supposedly is copying, innit?
Yeah, I feel like the lesson to take from that is just to have your own sound. Like, as an artist, if you have a sound that people are like, this is Len, then it doesn't matter if somebody else hops on it.
Like, if like for someone to replicate something you're doing, it has to be pretty easy to do. Like, if they can replicate it exactly like you, like, and to the point where it's like, so I don't even think someone could copy Len, like, not even like to take the piss, but it's like, if someone is copying and it's so bait, then it's like, what you're doing must be so easy, innit? So it's like, at the same time, not to say even when Drake was jumping on Dre, I don't think he sounded like anyone else, but like he kind of done it his own way in it. So it's like
yeah, I think
still sounds like
Drake is a
Drake.
hard reference point because like Drake's voice and his sound, in his demeanor, anytime it comes in the beat, everyone knows it's Drake instantly, which is not the same for a lot of like.
Yeah, no, it's just like an obvious one to bring up because like he's huge and that was like a public debate.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But
other trend hoppings as well. Do you feel like tracksuits and trackies was taken from UK?
Man, obviously I'm 23 in it, so it's like I can't even, when it comes to fashion and like who's jumping on what, I can't even tell you, man, because it's like I could say something crazy now and then let's say my best friend's dad is gonna be like, bro, we were wearing tracksuits from 90s back in the day, so it's like I don't even know, but I feel like the Nike text, for example, it just goes back to the lack of knowledge as well, and what I was saying about if you see me wearing green cargos but you don't see anyone else, so it's like, of course in the UK I can see a million people wearing Nike Techs, and then as soon as I start tapping into the US and I see people wearing Nike Techs, like the most common thing to do is put the link and be like, yeah, you lot are copying us. Yeah. But I honestly can't. I honestly
cannot tell you either. Like, I mean, New York and London with Nike Tech is just
I know. That's I know you
one
lot,
too.
That's you lot do that as well, and I know that's not a new thing in it. So it's like I don't even want to.
That's weird though, because it had to have came from New York or London, because people wear Nike Techs everywhere, but there's no other place where
it's like a uniform. We were talking about artists being global, like on social media when they drop it and go into both. It very well could be when Nike dropped, like, and we're like, we're pushing Techs.
Yeah, we just saw it at the same time.
Both people saw it at the same time. That's what I feel like. Just like Thames or some shit like that.
Because it's like, no way did Nike's like think, we're gonna show the Nike Techs in New York. Yeah. It has to be a global level and everyone sees them at the same time. So that one there, I don't know.
Probably just the weather too. Like a Tech is perfect for when it's a little cloudy out.
Definitely.
Yeah, hopping into some other just like early shit. It seemed like reading up on you, you definitely were into like a lot of like American huge artists. Like you said, your dad was the one that put you onto like, in other interviews you talked about like Jay-Z, Kanye, Lil Wayne. You had like a big Lil Wayne era growing up. What was that like? What you were listening to though when you were like younger, like literally 10 years old type shit?
Yeah, no, I was listening to a lot of Lil Wayne, man. Like I really messed with Lil Wayne. Like I was listening to like No Ceilings, and shit, and all the dedications and shit, and obviously all the cars and that. But yeah, no, I really rated Lil Wayne, and obviously the whole like Young Money shit as well. I really fucked with that as well.
No, yeah, me and you had a very, very similar like growth in the hip hop music, because when I was reading up on it, it was like me, Lil Wayne was like the biggest artist, like greatest to come out. When I was like 10 years old, going on 15, there was not an artist you could tell me was better than Lil Wayne.
Yeah, no, I'll say the same. Yeah, I was thinking
like he was the GOAT of everything. Like his voice was crazy, no one was replicating it. But then the one album that dropped that changed shit was 808s and Heartbreaks for me. Yeah. Like that's my favorite.
That's my favorite album ever. Yeah, that's my favorite as well.
When I was reading up here, I was like, damn, that's crazy. But what was it about that album? Like I've talked about it a lot in our podcast as Gerald, because I like that album so much. But like, what was it from you? Because we obviously have way different perspectives and grew up so much different.
It's like, so obviously, as I said, growing up, listening to a lot of like hood music, like a lot of trap. Well, it wasn't trap music, but like gangster music. So my dad's listening to a lot of Max B, obviously a lot of 50 Cent, a lot of Lil Wayne and that. And then obviously, my mom's listening to a lot of Love, but it's like R&B, like lovey-dovey, like baby making music type shit, innit? And then it's like, these are the two sides. These are my two introductions to music. And now I've met a new concept completely, Heartbreak. And it's like, it can tie into both of those at the same time. But at the same time, it's so different from both. And it's like, raw. You got to remember, because 808s dropped 2008. And that's when everyone's trying to do the whole real rap thing, or like the club bangers and shit. And then you got a rapper who's over here just singing in auto-tune, more or less crying. And it's just like, he's lost so much. And it's like, when that dropped, I was like 8 when it dropped. But it's like, at 8 years old, you don't know shit about heartbreak, innit? I'm fucking 8 years old, innit? But it's like, it's felt like a sense of escapism. Like, I'm visiting a whole new realm, a whole new... And obviously, that's also my introduction to Kid Cudi as well, innit? So like, the music was so ethereal and just so crazy and touching and emotional. And it's like, I can't remember seeing a rapper so emotional, so vulnerable, and it was just like, wow, like for someone to put a whole body of work out and it is just paying but so beautiful. Like it just changed my outlook on life, and it's just like, raw. Like as much as you can have demons, as much as you can face so much hate, so much emotions, that it's like, raw. Like you have to just use it to create.
Yeah.
That's the best thing you can do, innit? Like in the moment, just use it to create, use it to motivate you, innit? Like, and yeah, man, and as I grew older and older and older, I just started to connect with the album much more. And
that album just kind of has grown with me throughout my life as well. What's your favorite track?
My favorite track is definitely "Say You Will," and then there's Pinocchio's Story, which is like you can only hear it on like I think like on certain versions.
Yeah.
I have this like the actual CD, so that's why I heard it. So Pinocchio's Story, that's like it's like a one take freestyle, innit?
Yeah.
And it's like it's so deep when you really know what he's talking about as well, innit? So that's my second favorite song as well.
Yeah, my favorite song is definitely Streetlights. That shit is just insane.
Yeah, no,
Say You Will is my
That's
second
probably
favorite song.
Paranoid.
I fuck with Streetlights as well still.
Streetlights is crazy. His storytelling on the album was just so different as well.
Yeah, no,
like he was
100.
just creating worlds on that shit. Even in Welcome to Heartbreak, like that is a crazy track to just like just go and set like the whole tone for everything in that album. Did you listen to Cudi after that album as well?
Yeah. That's when I started listening to Cudi after that as well, and I really started fucking with what he was doing as well.
Yeah, because we were just listening. I'm pretty like Devotion does kind of have some type of like stems from just like an overall sound. Like a lot of the like I don't know, the beats that you choose definitely don't seem like they're always like super hard hitting, of course, but like do you feel like that ear that you have for those beats, like when you hear a beat, you're like, oh, this shit just does sound like what like kind of Kid Cudi might have been doing back then, and you're like, I could bring it back now, or is it like that stuff you add like later on?
I've had like a few people say that I kind of remind them of Kid Cudi and that, and I feel like
I feel like that's also just because you like are a little bit more vulnerable in your music sometimes as well. Yeah.
I feel like there's some things where I think, raw, this has an old feel. I can kind of bring it back. Like literally, we went studio 2 days ago, and there was like this beat that some producer showed me, and it kind of had like Jersey Club elements, but also kind of had grime elements. And grime is still a thing today, but it kind of had like the old school grime elements, and it's like when seeing that, we were all playing around. It's like, yeah, we can bring back this kind of sound in it. So sometimes it is intentional, and then sometimes it is like honestly just coincidental. Because it's like when making Devotion, I don't think I was thinking that this reminds me of something else, and I was trying to bring it back. We were just having fun in it. But yeah, no, I feel like sometimes more than often it is an accident, to be honest, in it. But sometimes it is intentional to, you know, give people like an old feel of something.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any plans for dropping projects this year? I mean, you dropped 2 fire ones last year and already dropped a single this year. Do you have any plans of like doing anything bigger, or are you still stacking music?
No, I feel like we're definitely gonna drop something this summer, like a project this summer, and it's called Legoland. So that's gonna be crazy. This summer, that's my main thing right now. Like just focusing on that project, because that one there is crazy and the features are crazy and shit.
What are you doing for features? Because I see that you're not like, I feel like a lot of people nowadays are really like working with a ton of different people. You make a lot of music just like straight you as well. Yeah. Which I feel like is like super important for like an artist, just like personal growth. So like what is it now to a point where you want to like collaborate a bit more because you know your sound and what you're comfortable with?
Yeah, no. So with collaborating, and it was definitely just trying to polish my own skills, but then it's also just like things have to make sense. I'm very about things making sense. Like there's been big artists that wanted to jump on songs, but I just told them no, we might as well make something else because it doesn't make sense. Like the art has to make sense. So it's like a lot of people do get impatient, like waiting for the Len call out, but it's like, trust me, when it makes sense, that's when we do it, innit? So it's like now a lot of things make sense. A lot of studio sessions that I've been doing, even like the features on this project. I don't want to say names because I want it to be a surprise, but even the features on this project just make sense now. Like it's some people that I've known for years. It's some people that I've known for legit like 2 days. Like, but it's like it just makes sense sonically. It makes sense, and that's what matters most to me. The music making sense.
Is that what happened with Addiction? You just like you felt like it made sense at the time, and you just like loved the song. Like
no joke, I was in the studio, and like I was with Fimi, and we were recording. I don't know, we made like 6 songs that day. And then I said, give me 5 minutes. I just have a quick idea in my head. Give me 5 minutes. So put the Addiction beat on. Literally done it like in like 2 takes. And then I messaged Brazy. I was like, nah, this has you all over it, innit? And it's like her verse is just so, it's just so hard. It's so sassy. It's so sexy. It's
It
just
has
so,
like a really cool split, like
Yeah.
between like your vocals going and theirs. It's a super dope split.
Yeah, no, I just feel like it's flying. It's like, as I said, like this music's for the bad bitches, the fly niggas. It's what you want to listen to when you're getting ready and that, innit? So it's like I put her on that song because I couldn't see anyone else being on that song. Like I sent it to her same day, and she sent it back legit like 3 days later. So it's like she was the perfect person for that, and I feel like she done an amazing job as well. And so it's like, yeah, things just have to make sense. And like I've known Brazy for like maybe 2-3 years now, but that was the song that made sense for her to be on it, if that makes sense.
Do you ever sit on music to like drop at a time that you feels better, like, oh, this shit's so hard, I gotta wait till I'm a little bigger, I'm going on tour or whatever? Yeah.
I do that all the time. Rekistan came out October 25th 2022, but I recorded Rekistan January 2021, I think.
Damn. But you knew Rakistan was
I knew it was hard.
Had to have a little bit more buzz before it came out, or just
I have to have a bigger buzz for it to connect. But then at the same time, it's like the music that I was dropping at the beginning of 2021 was nowhere near as close to Rakistan. So
sonically.
So it's like I have to drop things that are getting closer and closer and closer, that are getting darker and darker and darker, to the point where everyone's mind is getting ready to accept Rakistan is going to drop. You feel me? So it's like, if I drop Rakistan in 2021, everyone would have been like, what the fuck is this? You feel me? But because of the songs that are dropping, 2-2s, you got Selling That, you got Brand New Bit, like hearing these are like, raw, this is crazy shit. And it's like, raw, you're thinking, what's next? Now you're ready. Now the whole world is ready to hear Rakistan. You feel me? So it's all about that as well, just time making sense as well. And also me making sense as well in terms of like, you know, buzz as well. And like, Rakistan can't be my, when you have a finishing move, you don't want to use it straight away.
Yeah,
you feel me? You
exactly.
have to use it at the right time, innit? So it's like, man has to already be kind of winning, and then man can do the finishing move, which is what Rakistan was. I feel like that was the perfect way to, obviously, because that came off the back end of Dead End, and then that was going into Meth Music. I feel like Rakistan was the perfect song to really connect that gap.
Yeah, that's smart.
What was the idea behind like Meth Music as well? Was it kind of like similar to Dead End, or were you like, what was the goal for that one versus Dead End?
It's mad because like with Dead End, I was working on Dead End for like maybe 2 years, and then like obviously so many songs didn't make Dead End. Not everything that's on Meth Music was supposed to be on Dead End, but so many songs didn't make Dead End. And then I don't know, I just kind of just started recording it again, innit? I started recording for this album that I'm gonna drop in summer called Legoland. But then like there was just so many songs that like I don't know, not even to gas myself up, but like the quality control was just getting harder and harder because everything was just starting to hit. I feel like I found my rhythm, I found my sound. And even with Meth Music, I wouldn't even say I was working on it. Like, no joke, I swear on everything, it was such an impulse. Like, I was in my management, and I was like, fuck it, why not drop an EP next month? Just quick one, Dash Away. It's a Dash Away EP, innit? So it's like, but they're like, obviously they're agreeing, and they're hearing like, why, does this really make sense? And then after some convincing, it's like, yeah, fuck it, why not, innit? Like, but I just randomly threw together 7 songs, and they just so happened to just work really well, top to bottom, innit? So this was just like something to hold on to before we, you know, drop Legoland, which is the craziest shit, innit? And it's like, I only submitted the songs like a week before it went live type shit, innit?
Damn.
And it's like, I recorded Addiction before Meth Music was gonna drop, but I knew that I knew that I could put Addiction on Meth Music, but then it just doesn't make sense in terms of Meth Music.
I agree.
It doesn't make sense in terms of Meth Music. Meth Music is supposed to be trap, like dark shit, like really dark shit, and it's something that I want to keep going in that, innit? Like I want to do volume 3, volume 4, and all of that, innit? So like I knew it was a really good move to separate the both. So even Addiction piggybacking off Meth Music, which is piggybacking off Rakistan, I feel like that's just a crazy jump.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, was similar to Rakistan, was Brand New Bit something that you like waited on, or was that something you were like, they just gotta get this shit?
I think Brand New Bit, like I recorded, so that dropped. That must have dropped like April 2022, and I think I recorded it in July 2021.
Right.
But yeah, no, that was something that when I recorded it, I was like, yeah, this is a fucking hit, and this is a fucking hit, and this is definitely how I want to wake people up to know that there's a tape coming. You feel me? Innit? So yeah, no, brand new bit was that one there. I just knew from the jump. I feel like in terms of there's, as much as I do take time dropping stuff, there is still so many instances where I've taken like a week. Like there's one song called Jet Li Freestyle that I recorded.
Yeah.
Let's say I recorded it on a Thursday, I dropped it on a Monday because I just knew.
Oh, you dropped that one immediately?
Yeah, I dropped it. I just knew.
I mean, listeners are eating that one up too. Like,
yeah,
they
I
were
just,
like,
I just knew that one was.
I mean,
crazy.
at some point, you definitely know your fan base as well.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
including
yeah.
everything like outside of management, everything like that. Like, if you have a song like definitely like Rakistan as well, that you're like, oh, this is just gonna be.
And it's like
fire
even
anyway.
I must have teased Jet Li like the same day I recorded it, and then Dave must have put it on his story. That's what, and I was like, okay, so now there's hella traction. Why the fuck not? Why would I? It would be stupid for me to not drop this right now.
Yeah.
And then like it's crazy as well. And that's probably the quickest I've dropped a song. And like there's still songs that drop pretty quick just because of how much I believe in them.
Is
But
dropping music with Dave really something you want to do in the future? I mean, obviously, I feel like people. I don't know if that's something we could even like talk about like that. But I mean,
No, it's definitely something that I want to do. And it's like if I had it, I don't know if I'd confirm or deny it. but it's definitely something that it'd be beautiful to do. And then obviously, as I said, everything's just all about making sense in that, innit? So it's like, who knows, maybe we have made sense already, innit? Who knows? But yeah, no, it's definitely something that would be beautiful for the UK scene as well.
I feel like this is a weird to ask towards like almost an hour into an interview, but we never really even got into how did you start making music? Was it around the same time you were like listening to 808s and Cudi and finding shit out for yourself?
I started making music like maybe like, I think the first time I recorded a song was like 2016, I think. And that's like just me and my guys in school just fucking around more or less, innit? You know, then just started playing with it. And then in like 2017, 2018, I think that's when I started going studio a bit more regularly. But it would be like, I don't know, like once every 3-4 months. I wasn't really taking shit serious and that.
Yeah,
But I was
studio's
like,
expensive too.
yeah, no, but I was just having fun with it, and like my people around me were really fucking with it, and the people around me were pretty supportive. And then like I just started thinking, raw, like imagine if I actually do start taking this shit seriously, like because when I started getting paid for shows, I think I got my first show like 2019. I was like, raw, if I keep this shit up, imagine what I could achieve in it. So I think like around 2019 is when I started taking this shit like really serious. But I think my first introduction to recording music was definitely like 2016.
2016, you're in high school. Or what do they call it? They call it high school.
Yeah, some people call it high school, some people call it secondary school. So I was in, I would have finished secondary school in 2016 summer. And then gone into college, yeah.
Yeah, they call it college too, or is it uni?
So we have college, then uni's above.
Word.
But I know you lot call uni college, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So but we have secondary school, college, then uni. But I didn't go to uni.
Getting into other terms, what is creps? Is that just kicks or?
Yeah, creps are just kicks. Yeah.
Not boots, or are boots also creps?
Nah. you say boots. Like for boots, you just say boots, or you say shoes or some shit. You don't really say creps is definitely trainers or sneakers. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is there any other terms that like people in the U.S. just fucking beat into the ground or just like don't understand as well?
Let me try to think. What do you lot say out here, man?
You guys say mad a lot in your
we say mad
when you guys talk, but I fuck with that though. Like every time I hear someone like from the UK on a podcast, something like that, the way that they use mad, like we use it like mad brick or like that's just mad annoying. But it's like you guys use it in a similar term, but it's just like,
there's so many different ways we use it as well, innit? Like, but I'm trying to think of something that I think you lot use a lot that we find weird and that.
dead ass.
Dead ass. No, I fuck with that. I fuck with dead ass. I fuck with dead ass. No, I fuck with that shit, innit? Like, what is it like that you lot be saying? I don't know. It's like when you see it, you're not thinking about it, but then when you think about it, it can't even really come to you. And
I feel like there's some. I mean, obviously the common language is English, but like even if you said a word that I had no idea what you're saying, the way that people from London talk is similar to New York. That you could still like get the context around what they're trying to say.
No,
like when I heard people start to say crepes and they're wearing like Jordan ones, you're
context.
like, all right,
no, definitely. I feel like context. I feel like we definitely understand each other much more, but I feel like there's just little hindrances that you might not understand and shit, innit? But I feel like you lot, I don't know how to word it, we'd understand you lot more then you lot would understand us because like
I think Americans are just pretty ignorant and don't want to
and I feel like
people's
mainstream
cultures.
media, a lot of people is America, innit? You feel me? So it's
Yeah.
like if like let's say you lot went to Sweden, you lot are gonna meet people that sound like you.
Facts.
You know that, right? You lot are gonna meet people that talking like you could go to Nigeria. There's gonna be people that are talking in American accents, innit? Because the mainstream media, what they know is America. They've seen all the American movies, innit? Like they know more American movies than they know British movies, more American artists than they know UK artists, innit? So it's like, I don't know. I would like to see you lot's experience in like Nigeria or something. That would be really fucking hilarious. 'Cause the way they talk is funny, man.
Do you smoke, bro?
Yeah.
What do they call weed in like South London?
Call it weed, innit?
Just weed. You don't got no other names, bro.
no, obviously no. We call it like you call it buds.
Yeah.
You usually can call it like the flavors. I feel like more people just call it like the actual strain is, innit?
Really?
So like we have Ami,
Yeah.
you call Ami gelato, you call it gelato.
Okay.
But like we say weed, food. I mean like back in the day people would say grass, skunk, and shit, innit? But nah, everyone usually says weed or bud or like. But it's like you don't really say, yo, bro, I want some weed type shit. You just say I want to bill it. You feel me? Innit? Like, or you just want a 3-5. You just we just say we just say it in the grams type shit. We just want a 3-5. But it's like I don't remember the last time I've heard someone say, yo, I want to buy some weed. Like you feel me? You just say what you want to buy. Innit?
But you guys say 3-5. You don't say eighth.
No, we do say there's eighths. There's eighths.
Yeah.
We do say eighths. And I don't know, like. Man, weed culture over in the ends has changed, innit? Because like back in the day, people would cop eighths and that. But I don't. Now that you say it, I don't remember the last time I've heard someone cop an eighth. Innit?
Like
you feel me?
always more.
It's just everyone just starting at 3-5s nowadays, man. Yeah, man. It's
So you
crazy.
guys say like if I cop a O, you're copping
yeah.
an ounce. What about alcohol and shit like that? What's the is there any difference in like drinking the alcohol and stuff?
we
like
call
that?
we call alcohol yak. Like I think that's the most. That's
I
the
feel
most.
like that's a lot more common in New York than it probably and like other places like Florida.
You don't call it yak as well.
No, I mean like if you say like y'all bring the yak or
I'm
like
off the yak.
off the yak or some shit like that.
Yeah, we say
in general, we probably go more like how you said you guys go off the strains. We just go based on the name.
Yeah. No, we do that as well, innit? Just like based for the name, but yeah, no, we just say sometimes just say we just want drinks, we just want Henny, we just want yak. To be honest, but no, the drinking thing in the UK is crazy, innit? Because it's like you lot can't drink you can't legally drink until like 21, innit? So it's like, but it's like
Here,
but it's like obviously you can't legally drink in 21, but it's like it's 18-year-olds getting drinks, innit? But it's like over here you can't legally drink till 18, so it's like 15-year-olds.
They got the fake ID 18.
You feel me? Innit? So it's like
Facts.
that's what we were doing, innit? So it's like, and I can't lie, man. I've been drinking so much shit out here, and it's like because I've been drinking for so many years. The drink out here is not really moving me like that unless I'm having a lot.
It's
like,
not hitting the same.
Yeah, it's not hitting the same. Don't get. I love it though. I love it though. But like I'm seeing the percentages and shit, and I'm thinking, yeah, this is gonna like turn me up.
Facts. I feel like the beer in the pubs has like a lot higher percent.
You see, I don't drink beer. You know.
Yeah, okay.
I don't really like the beer.
Just liquor.
I like some hard liquor, man. But while I've been out here, I've been getting the fireballs.
Mm-hmm.
I've been putting I've been using fireballs as my chaser.
Okay.
Yeah, so
As a chaser.
I fuck with Fireball heavy. I'm not gonna lie, I really do fuck with Fireball.
I fuck with fireballs. I don't think we have those in ends, but I fuck with it like the cinnamon.
Oh yeah, y'all
those
got
are fire.
that?
Yeah, I don't think we have that still, but I fuck with it. I've been.
It's
using
not that it's popular here, but there's also a lot of. It's like you love it or you hate it. Like you like Fireball.
I mean, I drank it a lot more in college, but I fuck with it.
But as I said, I'm using it as a chaser.
I'll have it anytime.
I'm
that's different.
I'm adding it to my Henny. I'm adding it to my wine.
You making the Henny strong.
Yeah, but I like that though. I like that. If you know me, you know that I love Henny as well. And every show I do, we have to have a bottle of Henny there for me and take a couple shots before we go and finish the bottle by the time we're out. And you feel me? Like I love. Not to sound like this probably sounds like a alcoholic type shit, innit? But like, I do love to drink. I do love to feel warm and shit, innit? You feel me, innit? But yeah, no, I do like the shit out here still. It's cool.
Yeah.
What about like club life and shit like that? Like in a typical night, when does your night end? Is it like 6 a.m. type shit, or is it like different scenes, different
good
nights?
party, a really good party, and it ending at like 4 or 5 ish, innit?
That's probably the same here.
Well, that's the same here now, but like Speaking of like when I was in college, I studied abroad in London for like
Yeah.
2 months because it was like when COVID and everything shut
Yeah.
down. But first of all, like the thing that people say about people from London or like Europe in general is because they start drinking earlier, like people don't go as hard. I think that's bullshit. Everyone was getting fucked up.
No, 100%.
And then also,
100%.
yeah, other major difference was just that night would start way later than it would at my college here.
So what time would you say like the nights will start over?
Over here, like 9, 10.
It depends.
That's
Well, not
crazy.
now is later.
Wait, you guys started
And
like what? 6?
I went to
No, like let's say
11,
the
12.
flyer will say doors open 9, but it's like everyone's getting there like 11, 12.
Right.
That's
yeah,
true.
Yeah,
Kinda.
that's true here too. But
in college though, it's
college
different.
is different. Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's
yeah,
like
no.
you're in. He was in like upstate New York. I'm in Western Massachusetts. If you don't know where that is, it's like the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Probably like similar to like North.
But the
England
only
or
thing to
whatever.
do out there realistically is party type.
So you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
start
yeah.
earlier. But yeah, here in New York, it's like better spots to go to. You're not gonna get there like super early if you
Yeah,
got a
you
way to
get
get
there
in.
at 9.
No,
Yeah.
I've been to a couple of parties that start pretty early and pretty late as well. And that. But I feel like the average is like you're looking at like 10/11 to like 4 a.m.
Yeah,
and this
yeah.
this only time I've really seen parties go on till like 6, 7 a.m. is when it's like it's like an apartment party, like a house party, you know?
Uh-huh.
So we call those like just like AP parties, isn't it? So it's like those ones where it's like some people can legit just sleep over
Just
type
crash.
shit. Yeah, then those are the parties that you're looking at going all the way on to the morning. But in Paris as well, like them lot club till like 6, 7 a.m.
I know.
Like,
That's
it's
what I was
crazy
saying.
over
I
there,
didn't
bro.
know if that was still like.
That
That's
is
kind
mad.
of similar for Paris. I mean, like, yeah, places like Paris, Berlin. That shit's like.
Yeah, no, they don't stop, man.
Yeah,
It's
like literally
mad
6,
still.
7 a.m.
It's mad still.
Have you been to Paris? Like,
Yeah, I went Paris twice last year, but I've been Paris like maybe like 5 times in my life.
that's fine.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah,
The thing about you guys though, the airfare is just so much better.
the airfare. What do you mean?
Flying.
Like how much you pay to fly to go at. Like for you, how much was it to go for you to get a flight from like Heathrow or whatever in London
Yeah.
to go to anywhere in Paris? Like how much is your flight gonna be?
It's not gonna be that much.
That's
but,
a short
it's like
flight, though.
but when you're in London, most people. I mean, some people do get flights to Paris and that, but you're looking at like a bill in it, like 100 in it, like
Round trip.
yeah.
If you can't even fly anywhere from the United States in the United States for $100.
That's crazy.
Like,
But
literally
that
anywhere.
that distance is like going to like Boston or something from here.
That's
Though. Like it's pretty
crazy.
short.
Like, do you,
Nah, the
like,
capitalism
do you
thing is
geographically know
mad.
the U.S. like a little bit more? So, like in
nah.
New York, like if we
Yeah.
were to fly to Boston, which is like, I guess that would be like what, like a 45-minute flight,
Yeah,
like a
Probably,
45
how
minute
much is-
flight.
how much is
short
that?
like an hour.
Shit's probably like $300-$400 round
That's
trip.
crazy.
The fact they even got flights from New York to Boston is crazy. Like we need
That's
need
mad.
trains.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, no, because like even like to get a train from London to Paris, you can get it for like £70.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
you can
mad.
take a train there, but like airfare and just flying in general is super expensive in the
Everything
US.
over here is fucking expensive. Man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
especially in
saying?
New
Like,
York. But yeah,
yeah,
like
man.
for us to fly to like LA or something like that too is just as expensive. Like it'll probably be like honestly like $1,200,
That's
some
mad.
shit like that.
That is mad.
And then like I mean you could get first class in like any airline in Europe too, but first class is hitting for
That's crazy because
Crazy
like
amounts.
for us to get to New York, it was like we only paid like £200.
really.
What?
Damn.
Yeah, we only paid like 250 to come here, innit? And it's like you
What?
lot.
When I went to London, it was like six. It's like 6
What?
round trip though.
Bro,
That's crazy.
I flew back from what was the last flight I took back? I just recently flew back from Greece, and it was way more than that round trip. In
That's
general,
mad.
like if I deadass go look up any flights to anywhere in Europe, it's
Yeah.
going to be at least probably like at the bare minimum $800, and that might get you to like.
No, it's not.
Bro,
To
it's-
go where?
I mean, you could probably get to like Dublin for like there, but if you're going
You
to like
round.
Paris,
You talking round trip?
round trip?
All
yeah.
right.
And if
That's
you go into like
crazy.
Yeah.
Paris, Athens,
Yeah.
Milan, and stuff like that, easily over 1,000.
Yeah, no, like I was even surprised how cheap our tickets were because it's like
Yeah, that's crazy.
that's crazy that you lot. Nah, you're saying like free.
That's why I love being in Europe though, because you could just go wherever.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Like literally, I could fly to the 10 most popular cities in Europe
Yeah.
for as much as I could fly to LA and
Yeah,
back.
yeah, definitely.
Like it's
definitely.
crazy.
No, it's nuts still, 100%.
But do you plan on coming back to New York anytime soon? Like you said, you were wanting to come back in a month. But is
Yeah.
it like you want to make music out here? Just want to be out here type shit?
No, I feel like I just want to do a lot of things, innit? I feel like make music, connect and that. and just enjoy it as well. Like, I really do like the culture here. I really do fuck with it and that. And so it's like, and it's, I don't know. Obviously, I've traveled to a lot of countries and that where it's like, let's say Spain or like Paris, for example, or just Europe in general, just like a lot of countries where it's like, it's so new to me, but I kind of like the feeling, as I said, like being here feels normal. Like I kind of like that. So it's like, in order to, I feel homely here, innit? It's like, why not go to the place where I feel really homely as well? So like, that's definitely something I want to tap into like, over here. And I feel like while I've been out here, we've done a lot of things that are like work related. We've also just done a lot of like fun shit as well. Like yesterday I went to the theatre to watch Harry Potter, like the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child thing. And that's like the second time I've been theatre, but like that shit was crazy. Like that shit is fun. And it's like, we have that exact same thing in the UK, like the actual same movie, but like acted out. But it was really cool just seeing it here, innit? Like, so it's like, that's something that I would do in my own area, but I've done it here.
Yeah,
that
cool.
just really shows that like, I have the level of comfort, so I really fuck with it here. So yeah, definitely gonna come back a lot in that as well.
So you mentioned like you like the alcohol in England better than here. I also just got a couple other like dumb like U.S. versus England questions. So like the weed, who got better weed?
I haven't actually had no weed out here.
On here.
I haven't had no weed out here still.
We can see later. What about the women? You got a girl?
Yeah, no,
yeah, me too.
Yeah, no, like women, like obviously only one woman I know about. You feel me?
Yeah, same here. If she watching this, but.
Crazy.
What else, bro?
I don't know. I feel like we just like the two cities are just.
Who could dress better?
Who can dress better?
Generally,
I'm not gonna lie. I think the UK, man. Oh man, man, the fits that. Oh, bro. The fits we see, like you lot are really dressed really cool and shit.
But I feel like we try
that,
harder though. Like I feel like that's being defensive about it. Like people, like there are a lot of bad fits in New York.
Yeah,
because they're trying hard. Like when you're just trying harder, especially in fashion, there are gonna be a lot of misses.
Bro, I saw someone yesterday in a neon green Nike Tech and neon green Crocs. I was like, what the fuck, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen a lot of Americans that just can't dress, man. And it's like,
from my experience being in London, I've been to London like quite a few times and been like all around the city. Yeah. I feel like there's not as many people trying to really pop out though.
I feel like
because like y'all like in terms of like colors and stuff like that as well. Like at least in New York, like there's just a lot of extravagant, over the top shit out there. Yeah. There's a lot more like calm, clean fits.
I feel like the baseline in London was better too. Like here in college, people would just roll out of bed, throw on sweatpants to go to class. I feel like people at least tried like bare minimum there
I feel like decent. I agree with you on that. Definitely, I agree with you on that. Definitely. But yeah, no, I feel like the UK definitely dressed better as well, innit?
Yeah, I would probably disagree, but look, I've never been to LA and shit like that. But
no, I hear you, man. But no, there's obviously some really like fly people in America as well, innit? You know, so I can't deny that.
But I do feel like there's a lot of more like just influencers and shit like obviously that's giant in New York and shit like that. But there's a lot of influencers in the UK and all around Europe as well and shit like that do be like just pushing shit forward.
Yeah, no, 100%. I feel like one of the only influencers that I really, because I feel like a lot of influencers have a look, like they have a look and they kind of dress the same. But there's one influencer called Kenzo. She really dresses like really, really cool as fuck, innit? You feel me? Like I feel like I like people that don't have one aesthetic. Like it's very multi-dimensional and that, innit?
Yeah. One thing about London too is like whenever I was there, bro, the amount of just like obviously there's a lot of Supreme here in New York. Yeah. But there was just like no. Palace Supreme. At least when I was there, because the first time I went to London was like 2016, which was like when both of those brands were just popping off like crazy, bro. Y'all were like, we camped out and shit like that. There was fucking mob scenes around all that shit. Yeah. And it was like people taking fit pics outside the store the second they dropped and got it and put that shit on and was putting it on Instagram. Yeah. That's a little bit of a different culture here. Like it's still like reselling shit like that. Yeah. But like people were going crazy hard for that shit when I was there.
No, it's in the UK, like the whole Supreme and Palace shit it is really deep to like and deep in some people's aesthetics. Like and over here we call that like the whole UK chill rap swag, innit? You feel me? Innit? So those like all of those people that you see rocking Supreme, rocking Palace, they all listen to the same exact music. They all have the
it's a connected lifestyle.
Like we call them the UK chill rap lot, innit? But yeah, no, that's definitely a big scene.
I get it though. Actually, Supreme is from London originally, so
Yeah.
it is just like
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
you know?
people now know it's Supreme New York, but they were originally the first store, and the brand was founded. The owners from London.
That's crazy.
Same thing. But yeah, that's the one difference I feel like that's in like embedded deeply in your guys' culture. And in America, you could see like the craziest dude ever wearing Supreme, like that, and that's not a thing like in the UK.
No. So what are some of your bigger picture goals?
Facts.
Damn, I want to get into like acting, and I was thinking about it the last couple of days. I just feel like it could be really hilarious if I just got into acting. Like, obviously, not that I have. It probably sounds crazy that I don't really have like a crazy passion for acting, but I don't know. I just feel like it'd be really fun if I got into acting, and I feel like I don't know. Maybe when I do, let's say I do become a really big movie star, it'll be funny to say, oh yeah, I just done it because for shits and giggles type shit, innit?
Yeah.
What type of movies and shows do you fuck with?
What you say?
What type of movies and shows you like?
I really fuck with action like movies, and I even have like a top 10 movie list in my phone. And like shows wise, my favorite shows are Game of Thrones. I'm really fucking with The Last of Us. There was some series called The Last Man on Earth that I really fuck with. I like Luther, which is really wavy.
Yeah.
What else? We have some shit called Peaky Blinders, which is really, you lot need to watch. Peaky Blinders is really fucking cool.
Yeah, I started. I was big on Snowfall too. I ain't watching it.
Yeah, I fuck with Snowfall as well.
Isn't Damien
Damson Idris? Yeah, he's from London.
the UK, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into more like crime shows and shit like that because I've been watching The Sopranos a lot recently, like Weeds. I'm trying to get into like The Wire, Snowfall, Peaky Blinders, shit like that.
Peaky Blinders is a really good shot. You lot should watch Top Boy as well. I know a lot of Americans fuck with Top Boy.
You ever seen the show Industry?
No.
So this is like a UK one, but this is about like investment bankers and shit, and just like a lot of drugs,
I think I've
dating,
seen
shit like
the
that.
advert of it, and it's kind of like Power.
Yeah,
I think I've seen.
Oh,
the
you
advert.
watch Power too?
Yeah, we fuck it. Everyone
Power's
in the
really
UK
crazy.
fucks with Power.
Everybody in New York fucks with Power, so it's
everyone
that's
in the UK
one
fucks
thing,
with
too.
Power.
Was it because of 50? I mean, obviously it's a fire ass show.
I think it's.
But like, was that like?
Do you know what it is? Yeah, the easy way to explain to you see, I think New York. If I had to pick an area of London that New York really reflects, it's South London. Like South London are in love with New York, like the whole hustle.
But
culture.
that makes sense though. Of like if anyone's ever watched Power and the whole plot behind it, and even like Raising Kanan and stuff like that, like is that not like also relatable to a lot of people in London? And that's why 100%. It hits.
It's like, bro, like I swear to you, like anyone above the age of 21 from South London, if you ask them their top 10 favorite movies, you're gonna hear Paid in Full in everyone's list.
Really?
Like it's that deep. Like everyone in South London knows Paid in Full back to front. Like that's because of the hustle culture. Like they love that shit, innit? You feel me, innit? So it's like when Power came out and that, they just see it like the same level type shit, innit? You feel me, innit?
Have you been around like Brooklyn a lot since you've been here, or at all?
Yeah, I've been in Brooklyn like 2-3 times.
Yeah, I feel like some parts of Brooklyn kind of remind me of like East London too.
Yeah, no, I can definitely hear you on that. When we were coming through from the airport, we went past Brooklyn. And I definitely see what you mean about that.
Yeah, like if you go to like Bedside, Clinton Hill, it'll probably like, same type of shit.
Crazy. Oh yeah, and the list of movies is Inception, Reservoir Dogs, In Time, Interstellar, Dark Knight, Godfather, the first one, Menace to Society, Superbad, Wanted, Shrek 2. I love that movie.
That's fire.
And the Departed. I only watched that maybe 3 weeks
You big
ago.
Scorsese fan?
Yeah,
you had that. And,
I fuck with this shit, man.
Facts.
I fuck with this shit.
Yeah, that's honest. If I had to put a top 10 together, we probably would have 3 in common. I'd probably put Interstellar up there.
Yeah, that's my favorite movie ever.
I think like you gotta put Godfather up there.
Yeah,
the first
I
one.
kind of like the second one better.
Really?
I don't know.
Yeah, just by a little bit.
The second one didn't really move me like that.
You said Superbad?
Yeah. I think that's my favorite comedy ever.
Yeah,
man.
that's gotta be
up
there.
It's up there.
Yeah, no, it has to be. It has to be, man.
Nice. Any other shout outs you want to do or anything like that before we close it up?
Shout out London, man. Shout out everyone. You feel me? Shout out everyone watching this. You know what I'm saying? Those are the most important people I can think of.
Yes, sir.
Thank
you, bro.
Stream Addiction,
and
stream music. All the socials
well.
be in the description, everything like that.
Yes.
With the kids.
Crazy.
If you made it to the end of this podcast going on almost an hour and a half and you not subscribed, fuck you. You a bitch. Hit the bell, drop a comment. We appreciate everyone watching.
Peace.
We out.